Pick Studio, this is Shaggy.
Hi, Shaggy.
Ian Hill, the metal god. What is going on, brother?
Hi, it's great to be here.
No doubt about it. We're looking forward to having Judas Priest in Idaho Falls on October 5th. Now, have you guys been to Idaho Falls before?
I think we have, yeah. I don't know why, but it doesn't seem to be very often, but we have played there before, I'm sure of it.
Well, you know what? We got a brand spanking new venue for you to rock the house on and blow the roof off the Mountain America Center on October 5th.
Yeah, we'll be happy to do that.
Exactly. So this is actually the second leg of the Invincible Shield Tour. Now, how are the new songs going over with the crowd so far?
They're going down really well, you know. It's one of the plus sides of modern media, I suppose, you know. There's so many different platforms people can listen to it. And, of course, we can get across to people as well, you know, on our own websites and what have you. So, yeah, it's going down well. People are familiar with it, which is important, you know. There's nothing worse than sort of you're playing a new song, you're looking down at the audience, and they've got blank stares, thinking, "What the hell are they doing?" You know. But with like I say, with all the outputs these days, everyone gets familiar with it. If they look for it, I suppose, you know, that's a bonus.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Now, I actually saw you guys on the Firepower tour, and it seemed like some of the songs on Firepower were actually some of the songs that the crowd was going the most nuts about.
Yeah, I think it's because of that. That people get familiar with it, like I say. There's all these different sort of outlets that you can get it across to people. And, of course, you can put it in people's faces all over the place. The older stuff, of course, you have to go looking for that. But the newer stuff, you know, people are playing it all the time. And it's one of the pluses of the internet age, I suppose.
Now, I also remember seeing you guys in 2011 on the Epitaph tour, which was actually supposed to be your farewell tour. Now, what actually changed on that tour to keep Judas Priest going strong 13 years later?
Yeah, Richie Faulkner.
He's the man, isn't he?
Yeah, he came in, he replaced Ken, who went off to do his own thing, you know. Of course, the whole idea was to slow down a little bit and, you know, to take the workload down a notch. But Richie came along with boundless enthusiasm and all this energy, you know, and he just sort of rubbed off on the rest of us. And here we are, three albums, 3 tours, 4 tours later, you know, and it's well, 5 tours later if you count the Epitaph tour, and we're still going strong, you know. I mean, we're motoring, we're loving it. Yeah, we really are.
Yeah, and we're glad that wasn't the end of Judas Priest, because in my personal opinion, I think Firepower and your most recent album, Invincible Shield, are actually some of the stronger albums in the Judas Priest catalog. Do you feel the same way?
I do, yes. I do, very much so. I mean, it's something we always try and do, is try and take a step forward with each album. I mean, you're learning stuff all the time, you know, and whatever we learn, we try and put it into the next project. And we've done that right from the very start, right from way back, you know, early 70s. And it's important that you do it, you know, because, like you say, it keeps you modern and it keeps you relevant. And you can sort of make that connection with the younger fans, which is important. I mean, our original fans are all our age, and they're all sort of expiring, you know. But we're able to make that connection with the younger people, you know. And you look down from stage and you see people in late teens, early 20s, and what have you. And they're loving it, and it's not just the new stuff that they're loving. It's they're singing along to the older stuff, you know, 20, 30 years old or what have you. So we, you know, you've got them interested, and they've gone back into the heritage of the band and started to look at some of the earlier material, you know. And it's great news, you know, not just for us, but it's great news for metal in general, you know, that these people are still getting interested into it, you know.
Yeah, and speaking of the older stuff, tomorrow marks the 50th anniversary of Rocka Rolla. And to celebrate, Judas Priest is actually coming out with a remastered version of Rocka Rolla. Now, how involved were you personally with the remastering of that album?
Not a great deal, to be honest. We've been on tour, so I mean, Reach Music bought the rights to the songs from Gold Records, who pretty much kept it close to the chest. So that's why we couldn't have done it beforehand. You know, we had no rights to the songs. But Reach Music now have taken over the rights to that, and they contacted us immediately, and expressed a wish to remaster it and re-record it. Not re-record it, but recut it and what have you. So we suggested Tom Allen, who's been with us for 1979. Tom's been with us, until the present day. So there's not a safer pair of hands anywhere to leave it in. And he's doing a tremendous job. I've heard bits of snippets here and there, and it's sounding tremendous, you know. It's such a difference. It sounds more modern, clearer, you know, crisper. And he's got the production now it should have had to start with. The budget was so low, you know, when we recorded that things were let go, really. We just didn't have time to run through things again. It was in the days when you went into a studio and played live. There's none of this doing this, you know, one musician at a time. You went in and did it. So the bass player, the drummer, and the vocalist, you know, they're having a good time, and the guitarist maybe could have done it better or whatever, you know. But you know, but now change the sounds and make it sound more modern, and it's sounding absolutely brilliant, you know.
Oh, for sure. And that album is due out next Friday, September 13th, for those keeping track at home. So get the remastered version of Rocka Rolla, celebrating 50 years of Judas Priest. Did you ever fathom in 1974 you guys would still be doing it in 50 years?
No, absolutely not. I mean, Rob and myself, we're both in our 70s. And really back then, the concept of a popular artist still doing it in their 70s didn't exist. I mean, you got even Bing Crosby, and, you know, he was still in his 60s. And
oh, sure.
Sinatra was in his 50s. Elvis was still in his 40s. So no, it didn't exist. And apart from that, we were living from day to day anyway. So no, it never would have occurred to us that we've been able to keep at it for as long as we have.
I know, it's just crazy. I mean, you look at people like Mick Jagger, who, is 82 now? And still, you know, running around stage for 2 hours every night. I mean, it's pretty awesome seeing these rock stars, you know, in an older generation still doing their thing.
You're absolutely right. You know, you've got to take your hat off to Mick. And the rest of the guys, you know, in the Stones, they're still, you know, still belting it out. They really are. And they really should have no right to do that at their age, but they do.
Exactly. Ian Hill, once again, thank you so much for joining me today, man. I really appreciate it. Judas Priest, Mountain America Center, October 5th. VIP packages and tickets available on judaspriest.com. Now, before I let you go, I do have one more question for you, Ian. I have a segment on my show every single day at 5 o'clock. I call it Shaggy's Picks, where I get to play whatever song I want. You know, it could be Led Zeppelin or Judas Priest or anything. But today, I am turning it over to you. In fact, it is Ian Hill's pick. So anything you want to play, what are you feeling? It could be Judas Priest, could be Black Sabbath, anything you want.
Oh, well, how about a bit of Dissident Aggressor by Priest?
Yeah!
Which is one of my favourite tracks. And if you've got it, how about the live version of Crossroads by Cream? That's the thing that really got me going all those years ago.
You know what we'll do? Because it's your picks today, we're going to play both of them for you. How's that sound?
Oh, excellent.
All right. You're good at this, man. A natural when it comes to the picks. Ian Hill, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you October 5th, Mountain America Center. Judas Priest going to rock Idaho Falls.
Okay, thanks, Shaggy. Anytime, mate.